Hey everyone, welcome back to my valley. My name is Lisa, otherwise known as Little Victories here on YouTube. Here is the long teased Dazzle Beach walkthrough. I've been talking about it the last few videos because I knew it was the next thing I was going to record. I had a few things I wanted to finish up on the beach area today, but now I can walk you through. I'm going to walk through during the day and then show you what it looks like at night because it's really pretty. It's actually only half of Dazzle Beach. I'm going to walk you through the terrible half first. I've thrown a few things down here that I'm toying with. I brought down the big mega statue because for some reason I don't mind it so much on the sand, not being able to put anything underneath it. So there's a chance I'm going to Mickey theme it down here with the addition of the 100 years of Disney statue that I just unlocked. Isn't it pretty? And it's all shiny in the light on Dazzle Beach. Anyway, but that's all that's down here. I tried to fill it in a little bit, but here's the actual good part. So we start with a little walk through the trees and we visit Moana and Maui and a little fishing setup. I put the pillar here as a part of the decor next to Moana's house. And I actually used the pathways in a bit of a different way than I have been. And actually used them to sort of block different areas off. For instance, here with Moana's house, I sort of like how I set hers up. I put her pool behind her, so it sort of has a natural boundary. I was having trouble figuring out where to put her because of what I put down on the other side. Darn it, I thought I cleared out all the night thorns earlier. Let's get rid of those guys so it's pretty. And then here's our fishing area, and I put this little coconut fire next to it. This is something I do daily. I come and empty all the fish out and sell them. But yeah, I put a lot of pathway in here, which I actually kind of like, and I think I'm going to do more of now that I can get the materials for that a little more easily. And then we go over here, and there's a little gathering spot for her and Maui to have their little banquet together. I put his sand sculpture here, and his coconut trees surrounding his house. The island itself, I don't have much on it now. I had some trees and things, but I was getting low on space, so I deleted them. So for now, it's just his coconut trees. So now, the other side. As you can see, Ariel in the distance. A very kind commenter said that she had, I think it was she, I apologize if it's not, had her house for Eric and Ariel next to each other on the beach. So I sort of took that as inspiration and came up with this. So first, behind Moana, we've got her pool. I guess it's more of a pool. And I gave us a pathway to the cave, and I put some of those, what are those called? Ruins, not runes. Ruins near the opening of the cave, so that still feels like it belongs. I put the banana trees next to Eric's house because they match, and then these little coral things that I can't remember if they came from Moana or Ariel. And I sort of made it feel like you could walk through here by putting the pathway up to it, even though you can't. So eventually I need to put a little path to here probably. So I used a bunch of this gold and opal walkway. I believe that was also a suggestion in the comment. So that goes all the way in between Ariel and Eric's house. I went ahead and used these columns all the way up to Eric's house, even though they don't quite match. But they're kind of a placeholder until we get something maybe gold and more ornate. And then I'll put those here near his house and leave the ones going toward hers. I put her several benches going toward her house. And then these Moana trees that glow on either side. I put a few, one of these little tables on either side of the tree just to have them here. Just to fill the space a little more. Then I tried to make Eric's statue a little more interesting. I saw that you could now buy this huge stack of books in Scrooge's shop, and so I bought that and set it next to the statue. And my favorite item, the fountain tile, would actually fit under his statues. So I use that here. I actually meant to move this one pink thing, but it's okay. It can stay there. And then I put another of Ariel's benches so you can sit and look at the statue and look out to the water. Yeah, and then I use the same pathway toward Goofy's stall, and I just tried to make it fit this area as best as I could. And I hemmed it in here with some fencing. Did 2 different kinds. I think it kind of works. It feels a little beachy to have both. And then I used this huge clamshell behind the shop. It's just a weird item, but I tried to frame it in with the trees because it's really pretty. And then I used some of the umbrellas and towels set up. On this side of Ariel's house, I got more of that, the beach chair, the towel thing. I used some of these bigger tropical, like, it's in the rock category. What would you call that? Like a vignette? I don't know, of stuff. I used that here, and I pulled in Wally's bicycle again. I'm trying to use it in every biome in a way that makes sense. So in this one, it's Ariel's bike, and now that she has legs, she can ride around on a bike. And then on this side of Eric's house, I used that table that you can craft, that blue one that's kind of weathered. I thought it looked like it would go on the beach. And then his tiny little ship. I might turn it to face the other direction, but just kind of fun to have it next to his house. And then that's about it. The rest I tried to fill in as best I could with some trees and bushes and lights and things like that. But I wanted to also leave a few empty areas for those, whatever those shell things are. I call them something different every time, where you get sand to spawn. She's looking at herself in the water. Wow. I have never seen that before. Okay. So, let's look at it at night. I like it a lot at night. I used a combination of lights because I'm out of topaz. And they're asking for topaz in one of the quests. Oops, I went too far. It's later than I realized. Alright, here we go. So, yeah, so they're asking for topaz for the star path thing, so I'm not wanting to use them for anything else. So I used a bunch of these torches that you could buy, which are these 2-pronged torches there. And then I already had a bunch. Oh yeah, and there's my well that I framed in here in this little, right against the wall here in this little area. I tried to frame it with trees and the flowers that are native to this biome. Yeah, so I used the torches I already had made from a previous beach renovation and put those all around. I used these little ones around Maui's statue. I think one more might be nice on the other side, but I need to craft that. And then, because I ran out of yellow, oh yeah, I used more of these torches on this path. But because I ran out of yellow, I crafted some of these green here in the middle. So it kind of goes, I thought it kind of worked because it goes from blue over there next to Ariel to green to yellow. So cool colored, a little warmer, and then warm with the yellow. So I might keep it. Oh, and then here's a blue one that I just had handy. But the green ones almost look yellow, so I think it works. But they're only here right next to Goofy and on this pathway. And then it turns into these fancy blue lights like I have up in Frosted Heights. I think in Frosted Heights I'm going to mix them with the purple ones next time as I'm renovating up there. Because I used that in Elsa's cave area and I think it looks really nice. Especially when you're just running around up there at night and you see it in the distance. It looks pretty. So yeah, that's my Dazzle Beach area, aside from the Mickey statue side that I haven't quite sorted out yet. But after doing this area, I'm getting a little iffy on item space, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of a clean out. And I think the first things to go are gonna be the rocks. Oh, excuse me, I'm having a little allergy issue. The rocks that I sometimes use as pathways in some of the other biomes. So I'm going to get rid of those. Oh, then I'm also going to go and pick up all these things. And I wonder if the things that respawned this morning after the update, like the bones and the ice and the logs, those probably count toward my item limit as well. So if I go get rid of those every day, then that will help things out probably. So yeah, that's the Dazzle Beach area. What do you think? I like it. I'll probably keep it for a while. That's what I try to do, is come up with something that I'm gonna like playing in while I'm questing, especially. And now we've got all these quests to do with the new update, so it's exciting. But yeah, that's it for today. There's a slightly wider shot of Eric and Ariel's side. Yeah, so subscribe if you like. If I already said that, I apologize. And I'll see you tomorrow in the next video.